No music, no presentation, no topic, just you, me, the air, this truck, this parking lot. We're gonna talk about it. Whatever you want to talk about. If you're watching a replay, hit the thumbs up and tell me I'm awesome, or tell me I suck, whichever floats your boat. I wish I had the intro video because we need some time for people to come in. If you don't mind, share this, embrace it, be part of it. Now, I don't have this on StreamYard, so I'm lame. I guess I could, but I didn't think of it till after I hit the go to button, right? So, we got our bottle of generic Ice Mountain water. It's not ice cold because I don't like ice cold water. I know I'm weird, right? I'm weird. Lame, I know. Get the word out. Let's get some people in here. Let's get something. I'm sure there's one topic that we're all going to talk about. Red chicken rules. Red chicken. Where is Red chicken? He's right here. He is. Say hi to the people, Red chicken. Right? Shut up. Get over here. All right. We solved that problem. All right. So there's Red Chicken's first appearance in like, I don't know, 6 months or something. We'll get some more people in here and then we'll do some shout outs because people love hearing their name. If you want to be a salesperson or an interview person, people love hearing about themselves. They love hearing about themselves. So, all right. We have Gary, what's up? Eddie Jotar, Don Shonger, TK, hey now. Greg Zimmer, good evening. Well, let's do this, Greg. Let's make you a blue wrench. Overtax in Minnesota, Red Chicken rules. Excellent. John Armstrong, Snorelord, Doomus. No, we're not going to be all doom and gloom. We're going to try to add some positivity to this situation. Because I believe the digital noise is getting to be too much. This dude just waved at me like, probably because I'm doing this, right? He doesn't realize I'm talking to my phone like an idiot, right? Well, what's your tail swing there, buddy? You know, you can land a 747 in this parking lot, and it's still been a challenge. I don't think we're training drivers anymore. I think the third-party CDL mills have won the war. They've won the war. Nomadic Brit, the British are here, so life is safe. Good deal, John. You know, Nomadic Brit, I've been thinking about you. Don't worry, it's nothing weird. I've been watching the show Vikings Valhalla, and the English are very involved in this series, and it's great. It's great. Let's see. What are you scaring about tonight? Salute. Yeah, John is in bed probably. Sam, I am. What is up? TK, Red Chicken already said too much. He did. At the hotel, taking some time off. Good deal. You deserve it. Steve Berger, what is up? We don't have the guitar tonight. I apologize. Will drive. Rat man, you're funny. You're funny. Hey, if you guys want a great vlogger, I'm not just kissing his ass because he's a nice guy. Will Work for Tacos has got a great vlog, especially if you're kind of interested in the flatbed thing, which, you know, according to a couple of people I've talked to, I might have to be interested in the flatbed thing because, well, so Ratman, you might be getting a phone call from me because I have a few questions about the flatbedding world. No, I'm not becoming a flatbed, but that might be a part of my services in the future. TJ Jones, digging Red Chicken, good deal. 520 diesel in Lancaster, Pennsylvania today. Yes. Last week, California was the only state that was above $5. Now there are several. A friend of mine, Provost Motorsports, sent me a text saying that fuel was over $5 in Georgia. And we're getting lots of reports. I haven't looked at the email that Jeff sends out every morning about the price differences. Check your mom and pop places. Some of them have not switched over yet because they have not bought new fuel, and that's when they switch over. So some switch like that, and others take a couple of days. So look at your mom and pops and see if it blows away your fuel discounts that you might have. I know I've used that strategy. And look, we're not going to be all doom and gloom, okay? We're gonna help you strategize, or at least come up with a plan. Because if you have a plan and you have a backup plan, then that alleviates, or at least lessens, the fears and the anxieties that you might have in a business owning situation. Be Feline, what's up? Haggy, what's up? Red Chicken telling us we're poor in the future. We're poor now, you just don't even know it. Trucking with Blaze, hey Snorelord, what's up? Terry, too much info as well. Let's see, Donnie Luke, we may have to cook red chicken at some point. I celebrated tonight. I didn't celebrate. I treated myself for being a good boy and working on a Saturday. And I bought me a ribeye at the Wally World, which was stupid money. But I ate it, and I love it. I'm back on the Carno. Oh, check out my shirt. What does that say? Is that reverse? Oh, good deal. Ha! Keto diet. Hashtag keto diet. I bought some shirts from the Metal Motivator, CJ, and they're all awesome. They're all awesome. Man, I'm home alone, so we could have a StreamYard jam session. Yeah, but I don't have my guitar, Steve. Oh, man. Shannon, good evening. I almost said good morning because I was doing these in the morning. Pigtail, what's up? Good to see that life is good for Mr. Burger. Work the plan, yes. So, my plan, work my ass off, never take time off. John, that is work ethic. That is not a plan. Look, here's the deal. If I give you a boulder, okay, if I give you a big rock, and I say, I need you to smash this into a million pieces, and then I sit here and I hand you this, okay? You can work as hard as you want. You're never going to break up that rock in 1,000 pieces. You have to have a plan, and the plan says, I need a better tool to crush this rock. So, just telling you, okay? Tolga, what's up? Great t-shirt, thank you. LVC loves my shirt. I'm glad to see you back in here. I haven't seen you in a while. I feel tremendous. I've been back on my fasting regimen all week. No cheats, and we are good to go. I feel it. Cattle hauling, good evening. Everybody's saying hi to everybody else. Be honest about your numbers, create a mitigation plan, and work the plan. There you go. Pigtail just made my video extremely short. Be honest about your numbers. Create a mitigation plan and work the plan. Okay? Those of us who have been in trucking for a minute realize that if there's one thing that remains the same in trucking, is the fact that it's always changing. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And I knew that when the rates became sky high, I knew that that was the beginning of something else. And that's only my experience talking. That's not because I'm some grand wizard. It's not because I'm some smart dude, because I'm not. I'm kind of an idiot. Pigtail, calm down. I know what you're saying. But check this out. Sometimes you have to oversimplify. And I'm going to use Pigtail as a perfect example. One of these days we're going to get him on my channel and interview him, because he's got some very good information. He is not whistling Dixie. And I just like how he approaches numbers. And he's been sending me all these numbers of fuel, right? So be honest about your numbers. Most people are not honest about their numbers. I wasn't at one time. In some ways, I'm still not. Be honest about your numbers. Be honest about what your needs are. Create a mitigation plan. So, what happens if your truck goes down? What happens if fuel becomes $8 a gallon? What happens if freight drops off a cliff? What's your plan for that? Mitigate as much risk as you possibly can and engage in those plans when SHTF. Okay? Perfect example. When the country shut down because of the sea, we all reacted, right? I filled this truck up with 2 weeks worth of food, bathroom necessities if needed, and always had more than a half a tank of fuel in this truck, just in case they went into martial law, which never happened, right? It never happened. And for the first 2 weeks, I didn't run. And then after a while, I realized that some water is better than no water, right? So what did I do? I did the super short game. So I was never away from the house for more than 4 hours. And with fuel as cheap as it maximized my profit, because back then fuel was super cheap. There were points where fuel was under $2 a gallon this past couple of years. That is awesome, right? And so the sweet spot was when the rates were up and the fuel was down, right? So, but I knew, just like the same logic, if you make everything $15 an hour minimum wage, what's going to happen? The same thing happened to us. I predicted it, and that's exactly what's going on right now. I'm reading. Yes, you can, just like eating an elephant. One bite at a time, right? Yep, and you got to keep ahead when you're working that hard. And so it's about balance, right? Eating the elephant. When I talk to Ratman, he is a very he's a very smart individual, and because of what he's learned the hard way, right? He's a self-made person that's done very well for himself, and he's retired, but he's working for his retirement. So, you know, and because he knows that's what the mind and body needs. Complacency kills, right? Let's see. Everybody's still saying hi to each other. We're like a big community here. Be willing to run short game if necessary, or long game. So I get in these discussions with my friend Cascade about what's better, the long game or short game. Some people will argue one's better than the other. The answer is both are right, okay? Knowing your markets, and the long game is really good until fuel gets up there, right? And just know that you're going to take a pay cut. Britt, good deal. Good deal. I made a super awesome load breakdown calculator to help with the numbers. Would be happy to share it with anyone so they can copy it for you. I just need your email and how to share it. If it's a file, I think you can upload it to something, or you can just tell people to email you, because I know you got a YouTube channel. So yeah, in the description is my email if you want to send it. And one of these days I'm going to interview you, Shannon. This is not about throwing in the towel or overreacting. It's about the best survival strategy. And that's it. Look, whatever happens is not going to last forever, okay? Rates are not going to be down or up forever. Fuel is not going to be up or down forever. You just got to go with the tides. You surfboarders, you know what I'm talking about, right? You got to go with the tide. Terry in Waxahachie tomorrow. Desert Okie Pam, I think I need to talk to you. It's good news though, so holler at me tomorrow. Draco making shrimp and pasta. Mom and I are going to sketch brunch tomorrow. Good deal. I'm glad you found somebody for that. Good deal. I hope you guys have fun. Excellent. The rate per day is all that matters. You coming through Dallas, Britt? Fuel prices suck. Thank you, Captain Obvious, Kaislin. Trucking with T-Bone, how do? Terry, come. I almost went to Dallas. I'm near Dallas, Mr. Roden. I'm near Dallas. I'm about 100 miles, 110 miles from Dallas. I'm closer to you than you are to me. Does that make any sense? The rate per day is all that matters. And look, we've been easily getting, in the drive-in world, and I'm not talking reefer, I'm not talking flatbed, although the numbers are similar. Easily getting between $800 and $1,100 a day. Okay? On the high side, on the low side. You work a full month, that affords you time off the next month. Or it affords you the downtime that your truck's going to cause you. Or it affords you the downtime because your wife wants you home and she's tired of your ass being out there on the road. Right? Or husband, whichever the case may be. Because I guarantee you, unless you're heavy haul or some extreme situation, I guarantee that none of y'all's cost, there, I said it like that, none of y'all's cost per day, per mile, per month, whatever, is not more than $800 a day. That's an assumption, and I know if you assume, you make an ass of you and me. But here's the deal, and I know I'm being super annoying, but hear me out, okay? That's how you get your message across. There are plenty of YouTubers that annoy the crap out of me, but yet I hear their message, okay? There's going to come a time, and I've dealt with this, when you're going to get, there's three wants: what you want, what you need, and what you're going to get. If you can get what you want, awesome. If you get at least what you need, awesome. If you get what you get, that's the part that you got to really pay attention to. Now, like everything else, you're not going to get what you get only a few times. So let's say I do a load to Denver, because people are that silly. I take a load to Denver and I have to come out of Denver, or I take a load to Miami and I come out of Miami. You can sit there and focus on the load or the deadhead out of Miami, or you can like make it a bigger number. In other words, if you get $4,000 going into Miami and you get $1,000 out, divide that by how many days it took to do that, and there's your rate per day between the two loads. So if one load's paying you $2,000 a day and the other load's only paying you $500 a day, you add them both together, what does that average? Depending on how many days, right? It's not hard. It's not hard. The math is not hard. You guys can argue about cost per day, cost per mile, cost per month. Excuse me. Cost per month. I know one person that said cost per time. But the reality is, if you overthink it and you freak out, that does you no good. If you underthink it and think that everything's fine, that does you no good. You gotta find the middle ground. I know, it's America. It's hard to find the middle ground anymore. I realize that. Nice notification sound. Yeah, I've had R2D2 since forever. I'm gonna go to Miami and find Dexter Morgan. Well, be careful. Rolling Stone did a number about that, getting what you need. I'm planning on going to Matt's. Good deal, oh sir. I'll be happy to meet you. I'm in Miami, didn't want to come, but the rate was the best there was in my area. Math is hard, LVC. So, Caveslin, you're following the money. It was the best rate in your area. And I hope it covers whatever. Look, if you grab a load that's very cheap out of there, it protects the profit from the first load. If you deadhead out of there, then you've gone all the way down to Miami for nothing. That's the part that I'm trying to kind of, I can never get that message conveyed. If you can make $2.50 a mile one direction and $2.50 a mile the other direction, that's better than $3 a mile in one direction and $1 or nothing the other direction, right? Protect the profit. The only time that you should be deadheading 500, 600, 700 miles is if you have a contract thing. In my opinion, this is my opinion, I'm not the smartest person. In my opinion though, if you have to deadhead back because you can't find a backhaul to get to the money-making load that you're on a time crunch for. Contract freight, for the most likely. Nothing witty you missed. Nothing and everything. Let's see. Never been to a truck show, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, sir, bring your best walking shoes. That is not an exaggeration. I don't care what your physical shape is, what your walking abilities are, bring your best walking shoes. How about $10 a mile in every direction? That would be great, Ghost Cat. And when I'm running short haul, that's kind of what it is. So, you know, that throws the whole, you know, rate per mile thing out. You can't just go by rate per mile, right? What's the word for? Just RD, what's up? I actually talked to RD on the phone today. Can you believe that? I think he thinks I'm cool. Kaislin looked for water load for Coke out of Tampa, was paying decent a week ago. Big storms rolling across Iowa. How's it down your way? Nothing right now. I did see a storm chaser car. And there's t-shirts in here. If I hadn't bought so many t-shirts in the last week, I would almost buy one. But they have t-shirts in there that says Oklahoma Tornado Chaser. I thought, man, that'd be kind of cool. Oh, I just revealed where I am. Dang. Let's look at the weather. That's what I was doing. Quit distracting me. Yeah, there ain't nothing. Although, wife, if you're watching, you might want to keep an eye on the radar. You might just go north of Springfield. Ain't nothing in my area, though. Let's see. Because it's not just the walking at truck shows. You're going to stop and talk to people, right? And so it's standing and walking. And low inflammation foods, because the inflammation what creates the pain in your legs. Tennessee, good evening. If I deadhead back to GA, I lose a day and about 600 in profit. If I take a load out, I gain time used and some profit. Kaislin, yes! You're getting it. You're getting it. Awesome. We got hail in Missouri today, marble size. Yeah, the storms are up north, but I think Springfield's going to barely nick them, maybe. I shared it with you, Snorelord, the load breakdown calculator. Okay, Shannon, thank you. Was watching earlier weather in Iowa getting hit. Yep, I'm going to take off. Motley Crue is on Access TV. Later, fellas and ladies. All right, Burger. I hope it's not a new version of Motley Crue because Vince Neil is, well, he's not doing too well for his age. I predict, yeah, I'm not going to say it. It's clear here south of Indy. Sean Fairman, experts predicting these fuel prices here to say like Europe prices. Target locked on Oklahoma truck stop. There's not a target near here. It's from 2015. It might still be borderline. Plump Neil. Took me a second. What the hell are you talking about? Vince party like he did. The stories that man could probably tell would probably embarrass you. Tornado just south of Des Moines earlier, heading towards Otajib. Who's not even in here. I imagine he's probably in SoCal's video. They're talking about, the title said $9 a gallon, fuel, something or other. And you know, there's a lot of digital noise. Well, we need to do this, and we need to do that. We need to change this, and we need to change that. Reality is, we don't have control over that. You know, we need to take care of these politicians, blah, 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 blah. That's a great intention, right? But that's not solving problems. It's not solving what's in front of your hood. It's not solving what's right outside your door, right? It's kind of like a thunderstorm. Grab your umbrella, have your flashlight / wind up radio with you, get your bike helmet just in case there's a tornado, and have a strategy to go into the right room or your basement, whichever you have, because you can't control the weather. You can sit there and say, well, those clouds should have went south. You know, the storms never come this direction, or I didn't expect this to be a tornado season yet. You can say that all you want. Or you can go, well, we need to control the weather and make sure that it never tornadoes again, and we need to do, you know, okay, that's great, whatever you want to do. However, that's not helping you right now. And that's the situation we're in. You're either panicking, or you're oblivious, or you're sleeping okay at night because you have a strategy, you have a plan. And if you don't have one, ask somebody. Talk to people who have been through this before. That's a great way to learn when you get into the spot market. Is, hey, person, what did you do in the last recession? What did you do the last time fuel was this high? What did you do when the rates were $1.20 mile on the Uber freight board? Okay. What did you do when you were doing this, right? And then you learn. And you learn from successful people. You learn from the people that have weathered many storms, that can tell you exactly what they did, but it may not work for you. That's the other element. What I do may not work for you. What you do will not work for me. Or maybe it will. Do you ever wish you was on the road with a heavy metal band instead of a dry man? Sean, yes. I know several people that are doing those tours, and yes, I would love to do that, but you're away from home, very rare home time, and a lot of downtime. So it'd be cool for a minute, but I don't know if I'd want to do that for years. A guy in Russia just did a YouTube video on fuel prices, and they're only paying $1.90 a gallon. Street Glide, well, yeah, because they have access to all that. That's the thing. Part of this conflict is over energy. It's over fuel. The news just isn't telling you this. I'm taking my foot off the throttle, so 63 is the new speed. Yes. Manic Brit, it sucked today. I had a headwind almost the entire direction. My fuel mileage sucks today, even though I was averaging about 61, 62. People are looking at me funny, like, what? That's not a prime truck, what the hell? Oh, I already read that. I don't listen to YouTubers. What works for them doesn't work for everyone. I have different costs and needs than them. Well, that's okay. No one else listens to YouTubers either, Kaislin. I make plans, and plans always get thwarted. Right, which is why you always need backup plans. Fuel prices around the world represents different situations. In the UK, fuel tax pays for our health service. As Steve says, see through the fog. Yes. My understanding is for every 10 miles every 10 mile per hour reduction saves 1 gallon per mile. So 70 miles an hour gets you 6 for your truck, and then 60 should get you 7. Talking about crypto. But yeah, Britt's right. You know, oil is the #1 commodity in the world that will befall nations. You can't harvest crops without fuel. You can't grow crops without fuel. You can't raise animals without fuel. On a commercial level, that feeds your country. Now, you can get on your little farm and do your homesteading thing, that's fine. But at some point, you need some kind of fuel to keep warm, power the generators, or to, you know, have a fire so you can cook your meals. Oh, is he live? I never got a notification. Oh, maybe the notification's on there. Let's go see what he's doing. Let's see, home. He is live, isn't he? Huh. I don't think he likes me anymore, so there's that. Hey, look, it's YouTube. It's a big world. I probably bore him and most of his crowd anyways. Fuel prices in the U.S. reflect corruption and an agenda to usher in communism. I listen to YouTubers all the time. That's how I make my major life decisions. That's funny. I'm staying here. Everybody's staying here. Good deal. I've only got 25, so that's fine. And look, more power to him. I'm out here in a truck making some money, and he'll probably make more money doing YouTube than I will on this run. So he doesn't have to spend any fuel. So, you know, that's good. That's good for him. But if anybody wants to go over there and tell him he's an asshole because he stepped on me, that's fine too. So, and look, every trucking YouTube thing, this is what we're going to be talking about, is the fuel thing, right? Because obviously it's the biggest problem that we're dealing with today as far as running your business. And Sage News put out a video about the PPP idle loans, and if what he's saying is true, that's going to be a bad deal for a lot of people. And as truck drivers, as truck business owners, we're not immune to the small business slaughter that's going on right now. If you've been fronted with PPP loans and idle loans of, you know, between $50,000 and $100,000, and you go out of business, they're going to take a microscope to you, and that's not going to go well. And just like a loan shark from the mafia, you know, when they give you a bunch of cash, there's always a reason for it. And people say, well, it's a 4% loan. You know, that's nothing. No, it's more than that. And I have a lot of concern for a lot of my friends. I have a lot of concern for a lot of people. And it's really, it keeps me up at night sometimes, you know. And I think that a lot of us are going to spiral into depression, into pharmaceuticals, into alcohol. Man, the weed stores in Oklahoma are through the roof. There's a bunch, and they're all driving like that too. I went through Oklahoma City. Holy moly. I think there was one guy that was actually smoking something as he was driving going down the road, because he was doing 50. Everybody's flipping him off, and he's just like, You thought they all got forgiven? During the State of the Union address, Biden said that they were creating a task force to investigate the PPP loan fraud. And so whether it's forgiven or not, if you took one, you're on the radar. And whether it was forgiven or not, in my opinion, you're at least on the radar. The EIDL loans, you're definitely on the radar, because they're going to see if you paid off your home or your truck or something like that, which was illegal. Or, or you talked about, well, I won't get into that, but if you used it wrong, it's going to be a bad day. RN, how's it going? Well, as long as you're entertaining yourself, that's all that matters, Britt. I took no loans. Good deal, John. Just already, my philosophy in life is too short, and I hear you. We people are different, but we have a common good, sir. Those that sat on their butt and took that money are in deep doo-doo too. Yeah. What's going on right now reminds me a lot of what happened in the early 2000s. I see people all the time in traffic jams, baking and driving. There is a crap ton of weed stores in Oklahoma, and I thought Cali had a lot. LOL. I took nothing because I've always supported myself. I asked for nothing. Good deal. Since 2020. Yep. Oh yeah, when we went out on our exploration, we couldn't believe how many pot places were in Oklahoma. Yep. The California weed industry not doing well. You can buy much cheaper on the street. That's interesting. It's good old American slang. Look, there's so many things that I wish I could talk about, but I don't. Because you're either going to think I'm crazy or you're going to think I'm paranoid. An old acquaintance of mine who loves to give me crap in any chance he can, he said, "You have a horrible outlook in life." And I thought about that for a minute. I'm like, some days yes, some days no. Sean, I agree with that. But you know what I did today? I listened to a really good podcast that RD turned me on to, and then I listened to the new Crowbar album, and that made everything better. Calling you a liar? No. But let's see, we're at 39 minutes. I can't read. But anyways, look. You can still support yourself out here. You really can. I like the spot market. Is it annoying sometimes? Yeah. I think the thing that really kind of affects me the most, that's probably the worst thing I deal with, is the unprofessionalism from some of the brokers that I call. And then I realize that, they're emotional just as much as truck drivers. They're dealing with either huge profits or, look, a lot of brokerages are looking to go automated, right? Just like us. A lot of them want you to go to their app to book their loads. They don't want you on the DAT board. They don't want you to know the 15, 30-day averages. They want you to book their load off of their app so you're not even look at the DAT board, right? And then instead of 20 representatives in a certain area, now they've only got 5 because now it's all automated. And so a lot of brokers are losing their jobs over this. When the great shutdown happened, a lot of them had to work from home. And a lot of these places are like, holy hell, we can run on a skeleton crew at home. And that's exactly what's happening. And so as the turbulence goes on in both the brokerage world and in the trucker world, people will react with their emotions. Just like people losing their crap at the fuel island and shooting somebody. It's the same thing when you call a broker and he literally hangs up on you, or he answers the phone like you've just woke him up from his 10-hour nap and doesn't even say the name of the brokerage when you call. And then act surprised when you call. Well, you just posted this load 3 minutes ago. So, and then get rude when you don't want to take it for their rate that they're offering. So it's a two-way street. And anybody who thinks that, well, a brokerage only has a phone and a fax machine and a desk and maybe an office, they're not looking at the whole picture. And that's the thing. To understand a situation, you have to look at the whole picture. To understand your enemy, you have to know your enemy. Speed Shifter, what's up? Banger and mash. Fear don't live here. There you go, Shannon. Overtax, the ship backlog is over. Let's see. Something is up because Cali rates are down, but we know those ships are still bobbling around out there. I think a lot of people really are in fear. We have a lot of really scary issues in the world at the moment. But John, let me ask you this question, okay? What creates that fear? What creates that fear? What digital information are you getting that's creating that fear? Now, if you're sitting at a truck stop like myself, you look at the fuel price and you go, wow, that kind of sucks. You look at the load board and go, oh, that might kind of suck. No one's trying to rob me. There's no threat of a bomb dropping on my head yet. And so a lot of fear is manufactured to manipulate. Your anger, not you, John, but in general, your anger is an easy tool to manipulate you. Like, I don't know, if you get angry about something and everybody thinks that's hilarious, people will make you angry on purpose so they could be entertained. Emotional people are easily manipulated. Think about that. Fear sells and makes profits. Fear is a mindset. Stay away from negativity. Look, it's okay to be concerned about something. It's okay to be aware of something. But the world has always been this way. And yeah, look, if you can and look at the history of Japan, like in the dynasty and the China and Russia, and you look at the history of all of our countries, you look at history of man, thousands of years, it's all, as Billy Joel said, we didn't start the fire. It's always been burning, right? And that is true. Human emotions and power and everything have always been an issue. You know, human nature. It's always been a thing. It's always been here. And now it's just a lot easier. What used to take months, if not years, of slow roll manipulation now can take minutes because I have a killer website, or you know, I have a killer YouTube channel, right? My CH agent worked from the office during the shutdown, and when things opened up, they closed his office. Now he has to work from home. I'm contract freight, but I was told today by a carrier that rates were dropping in the Midwest. That's interesting, Britt. I do 80% of my loads with one broker. He makes me a lot of money, and that is a really great guy. John, excellent, excellent, excellent. It's February, March. Rates are historically lower during this time. They pick up in April. That is true, RD. I don't freak out with low rates, guys. I really don't. It's frustrating that first day adjusting, but I really don't. With these fuel prices, I'm contemplating an exciting career in. You're going to become Heisenberg? Anger solves absolutely nothing. Shannon, that's not true. You know what anger does? It helps you write killer death metal songs. That's what anger can do. Ask me how I know. But with everything going on, who knows what things are going to do in the market. That is true. Being prepared is the best way to reduce fear. Absolutely. A few more weeks and rates will go up. People go back to work when it warms up. The same amount of trucks are on the road. Human nature. The trucking crash is right around... Isn't it interesting? Two different comments, right? The trucking crash is right around the corner, and only the financially sound will survive, just like every other crash. But this time, just-in-time freight won't be there. And Britt agrees with Mr. Wilson. Billy Joel references. You don't like Bill? Look, Billy Joel's a very talented person, and you know he was shagging Christy Brinkley. I mean, how can you not like the guy? I've been through many crashes, says Mr. Wilson. Yeah, Mr. Wilson's been driving a long time. And is it true, Mr. Wilson, that the only thing that stays the same in trucking is the fact that it's always changing, right? Company drivers don't worry, at least on owner ops and wonder, and spot market guys understand. The more control you have over your business, the better. So if you're a mileage-based lease operator, and you're only getting fluctuations because of fuel surcharge, fuel mileage is your best friend, and so is your dispatcher. If you're a company driver, you might help your company out by not idling as much or utilizing APU if they'll keep it running for you, or if they even put one on. And I look to see a lot of trucking companies governing their trucks and having idle limits on their trucks. RD, that's a good point. And that's one that someone's been telling me for the last 8 years. Crash might be a good thing with these crazy truck prices. There's always a silver lining. So if the rates tank, volumes tank, guess what? Those of you who've been waiting on buying a trailer, now you can buy a trailer. Those of you who've been wanting to buy another truck, you can buy another truck. That's how it always happens. The parts / truck / trailer shortage is what's kind of messed everything up today, or these days, this time. So that's kind of the unnatural phenomenon. Mount Prime announced a freeze on hiring newbies till April. I've heard that too, Shannon. I have changed my operating based on this climate. There you go. Danny needs a good crash so he can afford a new 22 Dodge Ram. Sam I Am says, true, I remember in the 90s it was so bad there were fields and fields of trucks. It was so bad the manufacturers didn't want you to turn the truck in. Look, every now and then you need a forest fire so you can replenish the soil. That's how Mother Nature works. And you know, any of you have driven through the Flint Hills in Kansas during burning season, you know what I'm talking about. Anybody who's ever been through the rice fields in Arkansas and the Boot Hill of Missouri and seen them burning those fields, you know. Sometimes you got to burn. You know, you got to gut a house before you can rebuild it. You know. But I think we're done here for now. Unless there's anything else you guys want to hit up. I'm not the 2-hour kind of guy. I noticed that Pale Rider. I feel bad. Pale Rider texted me last night. I was already in bed, saying that he was live again, and I saw that his live feed was 2 hours, and I was like, wow, I must have missed something. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah. Well, I mean, Thomas Wilson, we could sit here and chat. It's so tempting to sell everything and cash out. Dave, that thought actually crossed my mind. It really did. I could probably get about 40 for this truck, and I know I get 30 for the trailer. You know, the problem is by the time I sell it, 50 grand wouldn't be worth anything with the way inflation's going. Oh, and keep this in mind when you're going grocery shopping. I've noticed this. You may not visually see the price go up on some things, but the amount is smaller. Instead of a 12-ounce package, it's a 10-ounce package. Meant to look the same as the old packages. So that's another way to manipulate inflation. Make it look like you're getting the same product for the same price, but if you look with the microscope, you'll notice that your product has been lessened. Or they add a nickel to it, and you're getting 5% less. I noticed that when I went to Walmart today. Mr. Wilson's thinking about retirement. If you do, I want to buy your truck, Mr. Wilson. Because I know you take care of it. That wasn't in the 90s, Thomas. That happened in 2000 when fuel went up from 99 cents per gallon to $1.60 in like a week. A lot of guys went under. Shannon, Pigtail's a dude. Just letting you know. Silly. Ice cream is in smaller containers. Grr. John, look at my shirt. You shouldn't be eating ice cream. No ice cream. Stop it. Even the keto ice cream is crap. Make you all bloated. Still spikes your insulin. We talk about diet stuff, so I'm not 100% carnivore again, but I'm definitely what they call ketovore. I hate labels, but for dinner tonight I had a ribeye and some squash. Oh no, I dropped my cat. And for lunch I had two sausages and a couple eggs and some guacamole. Everyone needs to realize that this growth cycle has gone on way too long. Like 2008. Kaislyn, what'd you say? I know we can make bank driving team driving 2 years and retire. one of the things you need to keep an eye on, and this is no joke, this is not me being doomed, this is not sarcasm, but when you see the narrative in the news about fuel shortages, that's going to be a problem. Remember, I was a little kid during the 70s oil crisis, so I didn't deal with that, where you can only get gas on certain days. If that starts happening again, that's going to be a bad deal. My cents per mile went up 58 cents over the last 3 months. Slow down, Kaislin, slow down. Cost per mile, sorry. Yeah, Thomas, I agree with that. I know that pneumatic bread is cool. I have a feeling if the economy tanks, our country goes into Ukraine. That's a possibility on it. And I'm not young. I'm older than you by a bunch, I bet. Only by a couple of years. I know Freightliner is reneged on all the lease return deals they had with the megas, because truck prices tanked. I had equity in my truck, and overnight I was underwater on it. Wow. Oh, back in the 90s or whatever. The people jumping in now missed the train last year. Yep. Well, I'm going to do a couple more loads, then the truck's going in the shop. It needs a well-needed, much-needed PM. I need to get the thermostat looked at. And I can't open my side door. This truck said, no, you ain't getting in here. And so I got to figure that out. Then the APU needs some attention as well. Yeah, gold is going through the roof, right? Gold is going up. I don't have any gold. I have silver, but I don't have any gold. I'm too poor for gold. But you know, I listened to a podcast today that, and Artie knows what I'm talking about. You know, out when I was buying silver, I thought, why am I buying silver? Am I nuts? Am I crazy? Is it crazy that I'm buying tools? Am I a fanatic? Am I letting too much social media manipulate me? And then after listening to the interview with Adam Curry, I was like, nope, I'm right on track. As I know, Lebanon's still having fuel shortage, and they're really struggling with other goods as well, but one way or another, people finding a way to survive. Look, us humans are very resilient. If you don't believe me, go watch an episode of Vikings. Everyone better service their APU. There's going to be a run in parts. Yes, Thomas Wilson brought up that point. Here in about 3 months, you're going to start seeing everybody ordering APUs. And guess what that's going to do? There's going to be an APU shortage, and there's going to be an APU parts shortage. I mean, it's already getting to be a challenge to find the oil and fuel filters for APUs, regardless of brand. But think about that, right? If the mega carriers decide, like Schneider, they decide to put Thermo Kings on all their trucks, then that's a big order, right? I think I need new kingpins. I got a real bad wobble between 48 and 54 miles an hour. John, yeah, you need to get that looked at. Check your carrier. What's that part called, Thomas Wilson? Carrier part where your drive line goes into your thingamajigger. Check that too. Wish JB Hunt would get APUs. As long as they let you idle, which if you're a company driver, that's fine. APU, open the window. Carrier bearing, yes. Yes, that needs to be checked. What you need to do, John, is get MD alignment. That's a good place too. That guy's the alignment whisperer. If you got 4 things wrong, he'll tell you all 4 things. But just know that it could get expensive. I had a wobble. I ended up getting like new spring hangers and the whole 9 yards. I believe that's illegal, Dave. My truck's ambient temperature is always wrong. Oh, you talking about like RN? If that's true, your little thermometer gauge, like okay, like you Kenworth people, Kenworth and Peterbilt. There's a little cute little knob thing on the bottom of your driver's side mirror. That's an important piece. If that's not working correctly, that's your temperature thing. If that's not working properly, it screws up everything else. I'm not lying. Alignment, balance, bad wheel, spring, and hangers, or kingpins. Yep, it could be anything. You have a Freightliner? Yeah, John's got an International, so that's the first problem. Yeah, I said it. But no, seriously, MD alignment is a good spot to go to. It'll at least give you an idea of where to go. So you got to get a load up to Kansas City. Let me know when you do. We'll hang out. 'Cause I'm in Kansas City a lot. A lot. In fact, I'm going to be there Tuesday morning. $5 a gallon ain't going to let you idle. That's true. I do remember when all the companies were adjusting for the fuel prices. A lot of outlaw companies that let you run 80, suddenly govern their truck and put you on e-logs, and it changed a lot of dynamics for a lot of people. And the best thing you can do is keep a clear head. And don't freak out. Keep calm. I know a person that does that, RN. In fact, I knew 2 people. One's not with them anymore, though. Well, now we're going to worry about law and apocalypse. That's funny. Well, Dave, I'll let you have that strategy since you're heading in my area. So. Adapt, improvise, overcome. There you go. And if you overthink things, sometimes that's a burden. If you underthink things, then things come up and surprise you. So you got to find the middle ground, what works for you. But anyways, I'm going to get off here. You guys all check out Mr. James Best. Tell him he's an asshole. I'll go in there too to give him shit. And look, guys. RD, you're funny. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope for today, or strength for today, hope for tomorrow. I almost screwed that up. Look, it's a part of life. It's a part of our existence. It's Mother Nature doing its thing. And every day that you're above ground is a good day, right? Don't waste it. Peace.